Welcome back to the Yap and Sip podcast
with Ren
and Kay, where we have
no filters
and we make
no apologies.
Welcome back, guys. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Oh, have some snacks.
It's the long weekend. We hope everyone is safe and enjoying. Are you trying to ASMR that? Yeah. I don't think that was happening.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What are they? A crunch?
Happy Easter.
Kit Kat?
I didn't realise it was Easter until fucking today.
Let's just have a cheeky little jockey down.
I also got this crunchy. Oh my god! So we went to the shop. We went to the shopping centre, the Westfield, today to do some last minute. It was like fucking Christmas.
I just rolled my eyes, didn't I?
Yeah. She's got an eye rolling situation. We'll talk about that. But the shops were hectically busy, and I did none of my Easter shopping. Mm-hmm. But I did buy this. Now it's crumbled because I've been playing with it. This crunchy Cadbury Easter bunny, because apparently Kay hasn't had it before.
I haven't.
So that's odd.
And a lot of people have said that if you like crunchy, the chocolates, that's kind of like serial killer vibes.
Huh?
Because people are like, do you really go to the shop and buy a crunchy? And I do sometimes.
Yeah. I mean,
What's
that's
crunchy about
that's
it?
not for rubbish, hun. That's just for this.
What makes it crunchy?
There's crunchy pieces. Hold on one second, guys. I'm going to need to do something. Good business.
Ren's just like smashing up this Easter bunny.
Yeah, you got to do
I just don't understand what makes it a crunchy.
So. Oh,
Oh, is it in the chocolate?
correctamundo. So, correctamundo. So there's little, Kiki hair. There's little there's meant to be little crunchy pieces through here, like honeycomb. But, I mean, look, see that? There's
Well,
little,
I just need to like bite that. I just want, before we get started, I just need to know what makes this a crunchy.
there's
But I
honeycomb.
hope everyone's having the best Easter
Yeah.
and eating all of the good things.
Hopefully you watch this on your Easter day because, you know, you have no plans like us. Thoughts, feelings, emotions? My face is flustered.
It's real chill. Like, there's really not a lot of crunchy in there.
But
Only
you
like a
can-
couple of bits.
But you can slightly...
The taste of the chocolate's nice, but the crunchy's like, it's not doing it for me. Like, it's not enough.
I really wanted my stand on here, to be honest. Anyway. Also, we know it's Yap and Sip, but we're on different liquors.
We're still sipping,
We're still
but
sipping.
we're just doing a little bit of
There'll be-
aqua today.
Yeah, there'll be no alcohol today because Kay's been sick as a dog.
I have been so sick.
And I've had a couple of few days, so...
So we're just taking it easy, sipping some
taking it
water,
easy.
staying hydrated.
Talking that water.
That chocolate's going to make my throat a little icky.
But we are back at 3.
What's up?
You been good though? I've been missing for 2 days, by the way.
Where have you been? Where have you been?
Well, I mean,
Because Tuesday morning you were here. I had you on the phone, going about your day, doing a little bit of work, a little bit
Food
of chores
shopping.
around the house.
yeah.
By Tuesday night you were gone.
I woke up in Melbourne on Wednesday. I just had a random little fucking getaway.
Random getaway.
Everyone thought I was missing. But look, I'm back. It's good. We got back. I got back.
I nearly put out a missing persons post. I said to her, if you're going to spontaneously, literally leave the country, well, go to Melbourne,
It was the state, not the country.
with like less than an hour's notice, I need you to be on par with your location, letting me know where you are, and just messaging me morning and night.
Well, I did. I just slept in. I slept in.
It was 10:45 a.m. and I hadn't heard a thing.
It's because I didn't wake up at 6:30 like I do every day.
And I was chill, like, oh, she's sleeping, like she's having a good time. And then it just got, the hours just started ticking by. It felt like it was all day and I just started panicking.
But I was okay, guys.
So I had people I was about to
Yeah.
ring.
But we're good now. We're back.
We found her.
Sometimes, guys, you just got to be a little bit spontaneous in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're having a hard time, whether you're having a great time. Sometimes you just need to do things for you. Be a little bit selfish. Go on a little spontaneous adventure, you know?
But just like let people know where you are and just like
Okay.
just like
On the down, like, okay, she told me to go, but whatever.
I did tell I did tell her to go when she rang and said, am I going to get on a flight in 2 hours and just like literally go to the airport right now? And I said, yeah, you are.
Yeah.
And then when she went missing and I was nearly filing a missing persons report, I thought to myself, this is my fault. And if she really is missing, like, I'm in the shit.
You'd hold that on your conscience for the rest of your life.
I know.
But
But
look,
she's back.
I'm back. I got back yesterday. And then I got back and we wanted to go to the pub
Yeah.
That
We
was really
tried to find a
cool.
pub, but the pubs aren't open.
because apparently Jesus doesn't drink alcohol on Good Friday. So that was a thing. And we ended up going to see him in a little movie.
Yeah, so we went to the cinemas
Yeah.
and we watched the movie.
She asked me this about 7.
Oh, yeah.
It's called
Old
Drop.
mate asked me last night and I said, I don't know.
Old mate last night.
Oh.
We're going to get back to that. So
It's called Drop.
it's called Drop.
And I don't know if you guys have seen, I was seeing it all over TikTok and I was like,
Little
I
movie
need to
review.
watch this. Yeah, basically a woman who's a single mum, a widow.
It was pretty, I don't know if triggering is the word, but yeah, anyway. keep
Yeah,
going.
the start of it was like low-key a therapy session and I thought, oh, I don't know if I should be here right now. It's a little bit
Yeah.
triggering. She's a widow and she's been talking to a guy for 3 months on a dating app. She decides to go on the date. However, things start taking a turn and someone is blackmailing her from the table, messaging her saying, don't tell anyone, don't make yourself known, but basically I'm going to kill your son if you don't follow these steps. So,
Kill your date.
yeah.
I mean, we don't know if you're going to watch this, so soz. We won't say the ending. We won't
but that's
say.
just what it's about.
Yeah.
So it just goes through the motion of the date and her being blackmailed.
Because she was like, yeah. She was
He was
scared.
so hot. What is his name? What's the actor's name?
Oh, we're recording. I can't even Google it. We'll write that in the caption.
Yeah.
Write that down. We need to remember to write that down. He was beautiful, but she was like scared to go on dates because her baby daddy was like fucking crazy, you know, like she
Yeah,
would
like
wanna-
domestic violence vibes.
so she was scared, and then this happened. It was just like nuts. But we rated it. Well, actually, what did you rate it out of 10?
I think I gave it about a 7. I think it was good. I think it dragged on a lot because majority of the movie, and I'm talking like 98.5% of the movie, was just them at the table at dinner. Do I have chocolate around my mouth? I just feel a little chocolatey.
I rated it 6.5.
But there was moments where we were like,
No,
at the end.
no.
Oh my
There was
gosh.
moments when Kay is screaming in the cinema. Like, I at one point put my hand over her mouth,
It was kind of hot.
you know.
But this was
I like went to go, but then there was chocolate in my throat.
you were joking. I'm just going to talk.
You know, sometimes we start filming and I'm like, I wonder if we'll ever do like a boring episode
And we'll
where
just be
something like
normal.
that doesn't happen. And
Never.
fortunately, guys,
So,
it's never gonna happen.
just quickly, the movie was an R15. Obviously, it's like a thriller action. Yeah, bro, I'm going there.
go
And
serve it to the people.
I'm not going to say that. So we sat down, we had a day bed, and no one else was on day bed, so we just sat right in the middle. It wasn't specifically our allocated day bed, but if you know the movies.
Or our seat. But yeah,
I said
go.
we weren't going to go there. So just
Oh.
just shush
Sorry.
and choose your moments.
Woosah.
And this couple, well, no,
Yeah.
a lady walks in and she walks straight up to the day bed and she's like, is this your seat? And we're like, yeah, sorry. She's like, what's your number? What number are you? And we were like, oh, we're not sure, but we just sat on this day bed. Like, there's no one else here. Just choose one. She's like, no, that's our seat. You need to move. So we grabbed our stuff. We moved.
Well, Kay actually goes, you want this one
Okay.
in particular?
Look. Yeah.
She was a pregnant woman, by the way.
Don't say that. That makes me sound so bad.
Okay.
I did give her a little bit of attitude because I was thinking to myself.
No. She was pretty rude. She was
There's
actually
like
rude.
6, 7 something
my
day
God.
beds. Is that good? Ren's just eating a freaking chocolate.
Lint
Anyway,
chocolate
get
just-
back on.
sorry.
So, there's like 7 day beds, and we just sat on one. And she's like, "No, that's mine." And I was like, "Do you want this one specifically?" But really, in my head, I should have just been like, "Look, it's your number. You're number 6. We're not. We'll move." Anyway, the movie is an M15. It's an action thriller.
It was pretty hectic.
Then her husband and her 9-year-old child walk in.
6, 7.
And Ren and I are like, you're got to be kidding me. There's no way she's watching this. It's murder. It's gruesome.
Legally, she wasn't even allowed to be in there.
Yeah. They put a blanket over the kid's head. No, sorry. They put headphones on her, put her iPad on, and then put a whole blanket over this kid's head. And she just sits there like this in the movie the whole time.
You know, some people will say, you got to do what you got to do. But
I would
mean,
say, can you not?
know.
Yeah, like,
damn.
good on you if like she's chill and that's how you want to do things.
And I was
But
lucky the movie
surely-
was loud because I could hear her iPad through her headphones.
Yeah,
It was
I could
so
hear like
annoying.
whatever she was watching.
So annoying.
But yeah, that was extremely weird. But
Yeah.
chill,
Well, I
it
like
was
this
good to be
movie.
at the cinema.
I forget how good the movies is. I think
Yeah.
they're very underrated.
What's the time? I just feel like we need to just wrap this up because the Warriors are playing at 4:50.
Duh, we're not wrapping it up anytime soon. The Warriors.
Yeah, I
Like the-
support the Warriors. I'm like a Kiwi through and through. Like you just got to support them in the league.
The Warriors.
Yeah,
Wouldn't you support like the All Blacks?
that's rugby union,
The fuck?
not league.
What's the Warriors? What's the Warriors? League.
Yeah,
Rugby. What's the All Blacks?
babe.
What? So the Warriors in New Zealand in a different rugby team?
What? In a different rugby team.
I'm confused.
So the All Blacks play rugby union. And the Warriors play rugby league in the NRL
What
competition.
the fuck is the difference?
So, league and union are 2 different games.
League and Union. Yeah.
So, the players on the field, one has 13 players, one has 15. League is more of like a quick game where you have
The All Blacks are league, right? No. Oh, Warriors are league. My bad. Keep going.
All Blacks is rugby union.
Okay. So are they the ones that do 6?
No, that's league.
Oh,
So
okay.
league only gets 6 tries.
Yep.
I'm sorry, 6 tackles, and it's more of like a quick, fast-paced game.
I'll watch that one.
And apparently the field's a little bit smaller than a rugby union field.
Yeah.
And rugby's just not a slower game, but
I like the 6 one.
Look, you like the 6 one?
Yeah, I watched
Perfect. So go the Warriors. We're gonna.
Bonnie. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
We can just watch the replay after this.
The Wars.
Up the Wars.
Up the Wars. Up the Wars. Yeah. See, I know what's going on, bruh. It's so funny because it would be so. We'll watch. Can we play it from like beginning? We'll just like not
Yeah.
watch it from live. That'd be cool because
They're playing the Broncos, but they're playing on their home field, like
because
back in New
Crows
Zealand.
play.
So
Crows play today too. I want to watch them. So
come on, Warriors.
I'll watch like an AFL game because I'm AFL through and through. And she will just not have like she doesn't get it, and I'm just like
Because I've never watched AFL.
that, and you're just
Yeah.
like standing in front of the TV, and I'm like, get the fuck, just move.
Yeah.
Having a heart attack, and she doesn't get it.
But then
But I
I watch
also don't.
NRL and you're
Yeah.
the same. You're like, I've got no idea what's going on.
I kind of know, but Bonnie thinks I don't, but I totally do.
Yeah.
I think I feel like I totally, I don't.
Well, that's okay. We
Learning.
can watch after this.
Yeah. So this guys, although we feel like we've just done like so much of it already.
We just went on a tangent already.
Yeah. But I think we're just going to
Welcome
do
to
a
the
pretty... welcome. You already understand that we go off the radar. I mean, off the...
No. You
Rails.
go off the radar and disappear.
we go off the rails.
We go off the rails.
But we're going to just try and do a real chill ep today because we weren't even
Yeah.
sure if we were going to record today because poor little sick Kay.
I haven't had a voice. I've had a terrible cough. I'm probably going to cough in this episode. And it's going to be super annoying.
Yeah, but we're just going to do a chill one. We're going to probably start with, we had quite a few questions in our little question box. So
Yeah, we put up a
ask-
question box a week ago. We've only done one. We obviously we don't. We're building our followers, but obviously there's not a lot of interaction, which
We actually went into Kmart today, and the lady at the door, who obviously knows Kay, she was like,
yeah.
I watched your podcast.
Shout out to Shell.
Yeah.
We love her.
She's like, I've had it on my TV while I was doing my little dot pictures, and I was like, oh, fuck, bro.
Yeah. She's like, every time you said something interesting, I'd just look up. Yeah.
Yeah, so,
So,
we
yeah,
can-
we had quite a few questions come through and it was quite cool. But we kind of put that on the back burner. So, because we just want to chill today, I thought we would read some of the questions and answer some of them for you guys.
Yeah.
And see where the potty takes us today.
always takes us in huge directions.
It takes us somewhere. Okay, I'm just going to have some water and then we're going to get into it.
So remember remember you got ghosted and you had a fucking heart attack, and then all of a sudden, were we gonna cover that?
Well,
we
we
went
can talk
over.
about it now.
Well, yeah, because last episode we were going on about ghosting and relationships and how fucking blah 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 they are.
If you guys tuned into the whole episode of 2, you would have found out that so we have 3 cameras set up. One is on myself, one is on Ren, and one is on the both of us for our YouTube clip. Obviously, you can listen to the audio on Spotify or watch us, and then we use these angles for our clips. If you tuned in or have been wondering what's going on social media, you would know that the camera that's on me only recorded less than 10 minutes of episode 2. So for the whole episode, it was just recording Ren and just recording us, and then we found out at the end. So our episode was to talk about dating and we had conversations around it, but then we obviously found out we weren't recording and the whole thing
YouTube
just...
app would have got it. So if you've got to watch that, you would know. Or if you've listened to the Spotify, you would know.
Yeah.
That Kay has a lengthy, what's the word? She gets ghosted. She fucking just thinks dating is a shit show.
Well, it's one of our questions, so why don't we just get into the questions?
Terrified. Yeah. Go.
I'm going to keep coughing.
I could think of nothing fucking worse than wasting my energy on dating. What you have to, I could not.
You
I
have
would-
no idea. It sucks the life of me.
I would rather, yeah. So, yeah, yesterday she had. Is it one of the questions? You want me to
Yeah.
not talk about it and then we'll just answer questions?
Yeah,
This
it's
is
one of the
bad.
questions.
Easter is all indulging and these are great. Go. So I might
Okie
look like a
dokie.
little fatty, but I'm
One
gonna
of the
eat these.
first questions that came through said, I fucking love you. Can you please come back to Adelaide so I can see you? So I'm going to assume that one was for you.
Yeah, from the top of my head, I feel like that was Jess, I think. But I will be back. I'm going to try and, I've got Bali in a couple of weeks. And then I'm going to try and come down end of June. So I've just said that, and I really try and go really low key when I go back to Adelaide, because every time I go back, I just have to see 1,000. I mean, not 1,000 people, I'm not that popular, but yeah, I'm going to try and come back down in June. So I will see your pretty little face.
Bless.
Yeah.
Someone, I was going to say, freaking posted in hectic Adelaide stories.
Oh, let me think about that.
Does anything come off the top of your
There's
head?
fucking a lot. There's lots. Oh, that was dark chocolate. There's lots that probably aren't legally allowed to be said.
That's so concerning, but I'm so here for it.
Hectic. Oh, fuck. That's a really hard one because
Okay, that's all right. We'll move on. And
I did have to. Nah. Okay, go. We'll move. Let me think about that. I'll see if I can find something that's not that's not. I don't want to go to anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you guys grow up together? Do you have any stories from high school?
No, we didn't grow up together.
We did not grow up together, so we didn't go to high school together.
Which is the best part because everything we talk about is brand new to each of us. Because like she told me something today and I was like I had no idea because we didn't grow up together. We definitely
Was it
didn't
about
go to
school?
School, yeah.
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 I don't have stories from school. I mean, I have a pretty gnarly one. So I ended up, I'm not going to get into the story because I feel like that's like a whole podcast ep.
Yeah, we could definitely go deep dive in that.
Yeah. But I did something in high school which led to me being severely bullied. And then for over a year, principal told me I had to leave school. Police weren't doing anything about it. Teachers were in on it. One teacher in particular, she was in on it and was like, "You're not coming into my class." Like, she was feral. And then I just kind of disappeared. I ended up getting a boyfriend, going and living with him, and then I kind of popped back into my town a year later. And some people said they thought I'd left the country, and other people said they thought I'd died.
Wow.
So it's not really. But a story that I do have, which is like really weird, and I was in high school at the time actually. So my friend, well, I was with Sheridan. My friend Sheridan? Yeah. Sheridan and I, excuse me, were going to Auckland. So driving 8 hours.
You were in high school at this time?
No, we flew on an airplane. Yeah, this is like 2011, 2012, so I'm year 11, year 12. We were going to the Sam Smith concert. And at the time Sam Smith was on, there was The Bachelor NZ, which was airing on TV. And it was getting towards the final, and the two women that were in the final, I don't know what the actual winner's name was, but then there was Danny as well. And some of my family and friends were like, "Oh my God, like you remind us so much of Danny and like her personality." And then there was some photos they aired of her, and there was one in particular which I really hope I can find. But there was one in particular that I was like, shit, that looks like me. I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but if I can find it before this airs, I'll slip it in here and post it on socials. But I saw it and it was compared to a specific photo of me, and I was like, wow. So I sent that round to my family, and everyone was like, "Oh, that's cool. Like, what are you dressed up for?" And I was like, "It's not me. Like, it's Danny from The Bachelor."
Hectic.
So fast forward, we're going to the Sam Smith concert in Auckland, and we were staying in a hotel and we were walking to the venue. I don't have a lot of memory of the concert or anything, but we get to the concert and we're in the mosh pit and there's just people staring. And I'm thinking to myself, what is going on here? And Sheridan and I are just like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, like what's going on? People are whispering. People are like, oh my God. Like just, and I'm just sitting there going, is there something on me? Like, do I look like I'm from out of town? Turns out people thought I was Danny from The Bachelor.
That's wild.
And she had made herself famous just from being on The Bachelor, especially because she didn't end up winning. So like he didn't end up marrying her. He married the other chick. And like everyone loved Danny. So caught onto it at Sam Smith that's what people were thinking. I feel like something was happening at the concert. But I just started saying hi to people, like, hi. And people were being like, oh my God. So Sheridan and I were having a laugh about it.
Yeah.
Concert finishes at like 10 p.m., 11 p.m. And we're walking to find food on the way back to our hotel. And there's a burger joint. And I specifically remember it being quite small. And there was a few people in there because obviously there's crowds from the concert. And I just walk past and this bunch of girls are like, oh my God, it's Danny from The Bachelor. Like, and they're full like going off. And I just looked at Sheridan and I was like, I'm going to pretend to be Danny from The Bachelor.
Yes.
So I full was like, hi. And they're like, can I get a photo with you? I'm like standing there posing in a photo. Oh my God. I'm sure I signed autographs. I'm thinking, fuck, what's her last name? What's Danny's last name? I'm like, I'll just do a D and I'll just scribble.
Oh my God. So people think they legit got her
People
autograph.
full.
Oh
We're standing at the traffic lights.
Imagine
we
if
were up
someone
there-
like sees her one day, like, I met you in Auckland. She's like,
I've never been there before.
I've never been there.
And they're like, but we got a photo with you. Imagine showing the photo. And
That's
she's
not
like, that's
me.
not me. We're standing at the traffic lights, like people whispering. It was full, like, there were girls screaming.
That's wild.
And then,
God, I
yeah,
hope
which
you
was
find that
like,
photo.
And yeah, I just said to Sheridan, like, I'm full going to play this off.
Yeah.
And then we get back and things go to normal. And then Danny, the real Danny, puts like pink through her hair. So she was blonde and I was obviously blonde. And she dyes it pink or whatever. And I remember me and a friend, Katie D, was like, let's just get some pink hair chalk. So we chalk my hair. Concert's over, like we've moved on. We're in it's probably a new month.
Yeah.
We chalk my hair so that it's pink, and then I'm just Danny from The Bachelor in my hometown going out clubbing and shit.
I love that.
So I just like
That's
full
epic.
went with it.
Yeah, I love that.
So it's like, I don't know if that's a cool story, but I only thought about it the other day when I said to you, and I was like, holy shit, I remember that.
Yeah. That's hectic.
Like, it was hectic. Like, people were screaming.
you've
There was
got the
people
photo.
behind us. It's
What,
on my
a
old Facebook page, and I just wish I had my Facebook, but it got hacked a couple years ago. But I think
Rats.
my friend Kelsey might be able to find it somewhere, and I did message her. So if you're watching this, please find it.
Yeah.
And I remember walking, and there would be girls like with their phones trying to video me,
So funny.
like without me knowing. Like, oh my god, look, it's Danny from The Bachelor.
That's
I'd
the
be like,
fucking
hi,
best. I'm gonna start
and I'm
calling
just
you
this
Danny.
little.
Ren and Dan's fucking podcast.
I'm just this little hoary kid from Dannyburg that's like in Auckland in the big smoke.
This hoary kid.
I'm just a hoary kid from Dannyburg thinking that I'm in the big smoke in Auckland and I'm like this famous person. That's right. Someone said to me, and I think it was at the concert, something along the lines of, yeah, they were like, we so wished it was you. Like, you deserve that rose. And I remember being like, thank you so much, but it just didn't work out. I'm thinking, what am I going to say to this?
Yeah. You have no idea.
But yeah, that's like, I guess it
That's a
didn't
cool
happen
story.
at school, but
you were
it's
still like
funny.
Yeah, I love that.
I just would really like to find the photo, so stay tuned.
I don't
Any
have it.
high schools?
I don't have any
Just
high
getting
school.
pregnant. In
Yeah.
what, like year 9?
Yeah. So my primary school was probably my favourite because I was like, I loved primary school.
Mm.
But then I fell pregnant in year 9, I think. Yeah, year 9. Oh, no. Because I went halfway through year 10. I left when I was about 37 weeks pregnant or something. 37 weeks, I think I was. I went like majority of my...
Did you, like, once you had Bonnie, did you go back and, like, finish any of whatever you call your schooling here?
I tried to. There was like adult re-entry at my school. I went to a pretty ghetto school. Like I wouldn't.
You in the hood.
I was, mate. I was ghetto. I was in the hood. I was pretty fucking cool, I think.
You're a gangster.
Yeah, it was pretty rowdy school. I went to like my first primary school in year 8 that I'd wished I stayed at. Although if I stayed there, my life wouldn't be my life today.
Yeah.
But I used to have to catch a bus and shit. And then I changed to the one near my school, but I was just reckless. And then obviously I fell pregnant. Like my school just revolved around, bullies,
Carrying a
being
child.
a bully, then having a child. But I was,
being a bully, did you say?
yeah. I got punched in the face once. And from then on I was a savage. I was a savage after that.
You just unleashed on every kid.
Yeah, I remember my mum saying that it changed who I was after that one punch.
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. Yeah. But I know cool stories. Like, no, that's just it. School.
Right.
Yeah. I sold cigarettes on the Oval to buy chips and gravy at lunch.
I think my sister did that.
Yeah. Used to get like a deck of ciggies for like $8 back then. And
Yeah.
then they're like $50 now. But
Yeah.
And then you'd sell them for like $1 each on the school Oval. Then you
Yeah.
just walk over.
I think my sister did that. It's
used
not
to-
something I ever did, but
Used to walk over to the shops, which was Colonnades, ghetto hours, represent. And you'd have, I hate Colonnades so much. And you'd go and you'd get a $3 chips and gravy, and it was stacked. It was the best. If anyone
Yum.
remembers the chips and gravy downstairs at the escalators near Coles, ultimate when we were in high
are
school.
they still there?
Nah.
I was
way
going to
go.
say, take me there.
Nah, way go.
We love
Baby
some
girl, I'm
chips and
taking you.
gravy.
I ain't taking you to Colonnades when you visit Adelaide.
Aw.
I am nah. Oh, we might do a little trip. I'll take you through there.
Yeah, why
Shits and
not?
gigs.
Just a
See
cheeky
some-
little drive-through.
See the ghetto.
Just
little-
keep your hands
the
in the
green
car
area.
at all times.
Yeah. I can take you there. But no, that's it. No other stories.
Okay, perfect.
Proceed.
Are you guys together?
Next question.
How did you meet?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
You want me to start?
Yep.
Well, once upon a time on a beautiful day, we downloaded an app. No, I was working at Nike at the time, and a good friend of mine, Brooke.
Whoa, I just about choked. You were working at Nike at the end of last year.
Whenever we matched. That sounds. Just wait for the whole story.
We're just really making this sound fantastic, considering we skipped the last question.
When I I was working at Nike.
Okay, I just thought that was many moons ago, but yep. Carry on.
I was working at Nike, and my girlfriend Brooke, she was on Bumble Friends. Bumble Friends. And she was like going on all these like girl dates, and she was
really,
she was kicking ass in her social life, and everyone at the time was like, Bumble, oh yeah, like it's not for friends. I'm like, oh no, like Brooke is what's the word? Advocate of Bumble for friends. And she was going on things. She's like, just download it, and I was like, like I don't know, this is weird, and I did, and you popped up.
Yeah,
and
so
I went, chink.
I was recently single.
And I was on there, I'll clarify, because obviously moving here, my best friend Shay, I love you so much. I love you. She's in Adelaide.
Yeah.
And she's like my fucking whole soul.
Yeah.
And I was just, you just as an adult, I believe that women deserve social lives, and I think they need best friends, and they need to do things with their girls, and whether or not you have a partner or kids or a home life or a married or
you
whatever
still
you
have that.
you need girl time. It is different to anything else on the planet.
Yeah.
And you need that. So although I was missing her, I needed something more.
Yeah.
And so I got on there and...
So I was recently single, same thing. Two
keep going.
Two really good friends, but they were both in completely different stages of their life. So
Yeah, I like this story.
Yeah, so one of my best mates, no kids, no partner, and no interest in either of them at the moment, starting a business and just full hustle mode. So it was really the social outings and all of that was kind of being cut back a lot. Fully respect that, like hands up to her. My other best friend from New Zealand was pregnant. Yeah, she was pregnant. So she was first time pregnant in her love bubble, really about to have that family time and obviously not be so social. So she was already on Bubble Friends, I think, and she wanted to find mums, people her age, because she's only been in the country a year at the time.
And mums with little kids, like sometimes you need mum groups, you know, like.
Yeah, so she'd only been in the country for a year, obviously has me, but doesn't have other friends, and it's just so hard to make friends as an adult. So she was like, jump on it, or maybe we downloaded it together, I'm not sure.
So guys, I need to readjust my shit because I go, oh, I'm so comfy, and then I go, I'm just uncomfy, and then I'm, you know, in my head, don't know what I look like on these cameras. And I'm going to put this back because my back's hurting because I'm old and frail. Okay.
Yeah. You good?
Continue.
Okay. And then it was just really weird. Like, if you've ever been on a dating app, or you probably would know, you swipe left if you're not interested, you swipe right if you are, you tap through their photos, you look at their bio. And I just think, first of all, it's just crazy that that's what society's like. I can look at a photo and go, you're not my person. I don't know your name, your age. I don't know your freaking star sign.
We really have to.
What?
So in amongst of this, please remember for me to ask you what happened when someone got an ick, when we have icks, but it's someone else got an ick, and then it was like, fuck this shit. Please remind me. Go, continue. Because that's right? You look at someone, you go, I don't even want to read about you, but I can't see myself having coffee with you. Which is sorry. It's bad, but it is what it is.
I reckon I matched with maybe 3 people, one being Renee. I remember the others. It was just weird. You're like, hey, how are you? Where do you live? And I'm just like, am I on a dating app?
Yeah, because you almost get a bit weird, like, so where do you live? What's going on? And
you're
like,
what do you like to do? How old are you?
And then you feel a bit like, ooh.
And for me specifically, I genuinely didn't want to find mum friends. Now, what I mean by that is I wasn't out there to find a mum that we could meet up at the park and have our kids play together. I wanted to separate being a mum, and I wanted to find someone who is a mum or isn't, but we make time for ourselves outside of our children. We're going out, just us, no kids.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want that friend that just always has to bring the kid, or because I can separate the things. So I was looking for, you can have kids, but don't just want to meet up for a coffee while all the kids play.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted adult time.
You need to sit at the pub and drink a beer, babe.
Yeah.
You know? You just
Yeah.
need to do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think we matched. I have no idea what our conversations were. We should download the app again and see if we can find our profiles.
I think I still have it.
And then I think
maybe
you
not on
said,
this phone.
message me on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I just,
Smooth operator.
yeah, and what's really weird is obviously like I stalked you. I had been talking to you. So it's like I had this image in my head of what you'd be like, how you would sound.
Yeah.
And then we talked for months.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, shit, babe, we need to catch up. We tried to walk the lake so many times. And you're like,
We were talking about
Bonnie
acai bowls.
yeah.
Remember?
And I was like, shit, I've got my kids this weekend. And then this is what I do on this time. And you're like, Bonnie's got AFL. And
Yeah.
it's so crazy to think that we just yarned for so long. Like 3 months, I think, or something.
Yeah.
And then we're finally like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Friday night, we're doing it. I
Yeah.
don't know where we're going, what we're doing, but we have to do this.
Yeah. And we went
So
for dinner.
yeah, we met up at the
Beach
I always say boathouse, the beach house in Coomera at Westfield. I really wanted to get my fave meal, and we just ended up getting drinks.
Yeah, but I said, so yeah, we didn't eat, we just drank. But I was sitting out, and I've only just remembered this right
Yes.
now. I was sitting outside at the table because
Waiting for me.
and
Yeah.
I looked in, and I couldn't see you. And then you've come out, and you're
I
like,
was sitting inside the whole time waiting for her.
Yeah.
And I was like, should I message and say like, oh, I'm here? But I was like, no, like I'll see her walk in. We're both sitting there probably for a few minutes waiting for each other, but she's outside, I'm inside.
Yeah.
And then I just saw you and I just bowled out and then
and we sat there, and not like, I think we would have sat there for quite a while, and she's sweating, like she wanted to be inside where the aircon was, and I've sat outside like in the fresh air. You're just like, yeah, bro, sweating. Your
yeah,
fucking
and
dick
we
off.
just laughed. We were in tears.
Honestly, it was like,
It was so good.
I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah,
It was
you don't wanna sit across the table and be awkward and like,
like
so
the
how
people
old's
we
your
seen that
daughter?
last time. Remember we went
Oh
back
my
there?
goodness. Like a first date and just awkward vibes when you're not vibing them.
But we just
I think we hit it off.
It was just
And I walked away being
laughing.
like, oh, fuck, that's what I wanted
Yeah.
and needed. Like
Yeah.
those laughs where you either have no sound because you're just like, and
Yeah.
you just got tears. Like you were in tears.
I was in tears.
And then
We
I
just
think,
laughed so
Yeah.
much. And I walked away the same. It was just like, fuck, that was the best. Like,
But I just think it's so
How do I
weird
see this
now
girl
to
again?
think about when we were messaging and when we met up to like now, because now it's like, oh, I know you. Like,
need a key
I
to
know
my
you
house.
through and through. But then when I think about the woman that I met at the table that night, I'm like, you're two different people. But it's because I didn't know that woman and now I know the woman. So it's just like the perception.
it's wild, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how we met.
We met on Bumble
for friends.
for friends, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
And I
great.
deleted that app straight away and I'll never use it again because it was just really
I'd swipe you over and over again, doll.
forever and always.
Forever and always.
I don't know why I did.
I'm going to do that. Is that on your handshake? You go.
That's going to make the crowd go wild.
That's gonna give him something to talk about.
So that's how we met.
Yeah, Bumble friends. Also, I had something to talk about for that.
Yeah, you did. And I think it's the next question, maybe, if we're on the same page. The next question is, what are your wildest dating stories if you're both single?
Okay, so let me just jump in. Right, we're both single.
Yep.
So Kay said before about swiping and people like you just like look at someone and you go ugh and get the ick. So yesterday we're at the movies and She had a little ghosting incident the night before where she was talking to someone for a couple hours and then he just like deleted her off everything. She
Yep.
was like, what the fuck is wrong with society? And then last night we were at the movies and she's wearing this turquoise
You need
blue...
to tell the story from the start. You
Okay,
can't just jump in.
Okay, so they'd been talking for like 2
you want
hours.
me to tell the story?
You talk, yeah, you can, yeah. But I just, all right, you start and then let me finish on the ick bit.
Okay.
You tell you tell up to the movie.
Okay. So match with a guy on a dating app.
You're a dick, by the way. Go.
I mean, look, I'm just too much of a woman for you.
No, he had an ick. We have icks. Anyway, go.
No, look, I think it's okay. Like, now that I think about it, it's okay because we do it. Like, if you looking good in your photos and then the last photo you're wearing something fucked up on your feet, I'm probably going to be like, oh,
that was me taking back my Euro ticket. You didn't even see that. That was so funny.
Oh, did you?
I just went...
It's like, cue the rewind noise.
I took that back. Because, yeah, you're not a dick. Because, you know, we do the ick thing.
Yeah.
Like, you fucking...
But still, you're a dick, bro.
Yeah.
Matched with a guy literally half an hour before the movie started. Mm-hmm. Yarn. Let's just be real. He was like, what are you doing tonight? I was like, I'm just at the movies at the moment, then probably nothing. And he's like, do you want to hang out? And I'm like, yep, sweet. I'll message you when the movie's finished.
Yeah.
Let you know what time. You can just bowl on over and like we'll just chill.
Doors unlocked. Well, not like literally, but keep going. Sorry.
And yes, and then he was like, do you have another app that we can talk on? Like, I don't like talking on dating apps. I was like, yep, here's my Snapchat and I'll message you when we're done. So then the movie finishes. So we go to the bathroom and I snap just a pic like of me in the mirror.
This is my turn.
It's not your turn yet, bitch.
Oh, okay.
Just wait your turn, bro. Yeah, I just take a pic in the mirror and I'm like, movie's finished, like, talk to you soon. And he's like, oh, fit, blah, blah, blah. No worries. This is your turn.
She snaps her shirt. She's wearing this turquoise blue Nike sweater jumper and she spilled her chocolate ice cream on her shirt.
Just a couple of dots.
Then she snaps him and she's like, can't take me anywhere. And snaps her jumper.
Just a cheeky little, fuck, you can't take me anywhere. Ha ha.
I've spilt my ice cream on my jumper. And he just writes, that's a 180. and then just deletes her off everything. She gets in the car. She's legit talking to me about, she's like, that's a 180.
I was like, what's a 180?
Like,
and when we haven't spoken on Snapchat,
goes,
we've just added each other.
She's like, oh, I'm sick of talking to these young kids. Like, I don't even get
like, what's
this riz? What's this riz?
I was like, what's a 180? And I was like, isn't that when you like, oh, I'm going to do a 180 and you just turn completely around? And then I was like, but then does it mean me?
You're like, hold on, but isn't that like a 360?
A 360?
And then we get in the car and she's
I
like,
jump on.
She's like, dude, he's deleted me off of everything. Snapchat blocked, Hinge unmatched. And we were just silent on the way home. I was like...
I drove home like this.
And I was laughing, and not because, like, she just dealt with this fucking bullshit the day before, but she was just like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Like, if you just want to come over to...
hang out.
But my fucking ice cream on my jumper worries you.
I wouldn't wear the jumper. Like, I would have showered by then.
Take that off. You know, like... And
but that's crazy.
Oh, I was dying.
I just was driving home like this. And I just look at her and be like, did that just happen?
I'm like, look, you know,
that was the shortest date of my life. I don't even think it made 3 hours.
And I think it just really pissed you off because he wasn't coming over later.
Yeah. Like, what?
Yeah. So that's all I had to say before.
Yeah.
So
but then I was like, so he was all keen until he saw that I had spilt a drop of chocolate on my shirt. That clearly turned him off instantly, like, ick, I'm out.
But it's ick, right? So, like, he's gone, oh, girl can't even keep her jumper clean?
Yeah.
Like, that's me. Like, I will have shit.
Yeah.
But that's an ick for him. So he was like, oh, but he could have said, look, I don't,
I mean, what would you say? Oh, look, sorry, I'm just no longer
just say,
interested
dude,
because
if
you have chocolate on your top.
Keep your jumper clean.
I
it ain't
can't.
for me.
And my ex-girlfriend will tell you that.
Yeah.
She knew that every single time I ate, there was food going on my top.
So that was his ick.
And yeah, look, it's okay. I get
you
it.
seen someone's
I
feet
get
last
that
week and you went, I'm out. See ya. Sayonara.
Yeah,
You know, it's a
yeah.
thing.
Like it was okay. Conversation's great. It's been
Yeah.
going for about a week.
Yeah.
And then there was just a cheeky pic of the TV of what he was watching, but his feet were in it and they weren't nice. And I went, oh.
So yeah.
Now I just don't have that hardcore attraction.
Wait, I think that can be our next thing. I think that's our next question.
we need to talk about icks.
I want icks. I want
to know everyone's icks.
icks and like bad dating stories, because I think like maybe like a little confession box, because
Yeah.
there could be, and we'll do it anonymously.
I don't
want some
have
hectic
bad
shit.
dating stories. It's just that every single person I've dated's ghosted me.
Yeah, do you know? I don't know if I've been ghosted. No, that was I think I was catfished that time. Yeah,
Catfished?
I think so. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever
I've been
ghosted.
hatfished.
What the fuck is a hatfish? What's a hatfish?
When they take their hat off and they're bald.
You thought they had hair and they didn't.
Well, it's not that I...
What about the ponytail? Wasn't that a thing? You thought he didn't have hair or something, and then there was a ponytail?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
a big old ponytail at the back.
Yeah.
We
So
were swinging off that.
I think I was catfished once, but then I don't think I've been ghosted. So that's new to me. I don't think I've been. I've got horror fucking day. We'll put that in.
I think it's okay,
Because
like, if
I
you just sleep with someone once and then you just like, fuck, not keen, and just don't talk to them, like, bro, it's
Yeah.
fine. Like,
But
if
weird
that's how
odd
you,
ghost- you've
but
got
when
some
you're
weird
dating
ghostings.
someone, seeing them, hanging out with them, you've met their friends, like, and then
Yeah.
boom, you just don't hear from them one day, and it's just,
Yeah.
and then you just start viewing your TikTok, poof, and the notification comes up.
Yeah.
XYZ viewed your profile. You're like, hello.
That's our next segment, confession week. I reckon we're gonna do a confessions.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? We should probably
Before we wrap this
it up.
podcast up, we had some would you rathers come through,
Ooh.
which is super interesting. So let's
Cute.
just do those.
All right.
Would you rather be in jail for 5 years or in a coma for 10 years? And just to emphasize on that, you wake up from the coma, it's been 10 years.
Put me in the bars. I'd rather jail for 5 years. Definitely, dude. I would hate to be in a coma, because I don't know if when you're in a coma, like, do you not hear anything? Like, you know how you're consciously aware?
Okay.
I would rather die.
Let's just take away the detail.
Put me in jail.
So you would rather
Yep, 5 years in jail.
be locked up,
Yep.
go to jail for 5 years, do what any person in prison
Yep.
does. Obviously, Bonnie can come visit, I'll
Jail.
come visit you.
Yep.
But you've got to deal with the prison food and the shitty beds.
Jail.
But you wouldn't want to just go to sleep right now
jail.
and not wake up for 10 years.
Nah, jail, mate. You're in there. Push-ups.
Just
Push-ups.
sitting there
Eating
doing some
food.
push-ups.
Fucking, you're in there 5 years.
Yeah, but what if you had to-
fine. Get myself a little cheeky girlfriend.
Yeah, that wouldn't be so bad.
Nah, you know how much good... I mean, look, jail's shit. No one wants to go to prison, but there's some benefits in there. I'd way rather go to jail.
Really?
Yeah. What, would you rather be in a coma for 10 years? Imagine going into a coma, waking up, your kids are 20.
Okay. I think the most hectic thing would be is that waking up, you've missed 10 years. So for us, we don't have a partner.
Prison.
So we wouldn't wake up and potentially not have one. But I would wake up.
They just have
They would just poof.
ghosted you while you're in a coma.
Well, who's waiting around for 10 years
I
by
would.
your side? Oh, bro, I'm
would.
out after a week.
Oh,
Aw.
You know, that's sad.
But yeah, waking up and
I'd
my
wait.
kids are
I'm like a ride or
14
die
and
kind of gal,
17.
you know what I mean? Like, you've got to
Men
go somewhere.
aren't.
Baby, I got you.
Men aren't. They're
Well-
not riding or dying.
Well, we're not talking about
They're
men here. We're
off
talking about
fucking
us.
other
I'd wait
women.
for you if you were in a coma.
Yeah, I think that would be crazy to just wake up. So I would wake up and I would be 39.
Yeah, hold on.
My kids would be 17 and 14. And who fucking knows what's going on in life for that 10 years.
So would you rather be in jail or in a coma? This is what,
I
long
don't
story
think
short.
I'm strong enough in jail. Like, I know I've got a hard exterior.
You would be fucked in jail, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd last in jail.
Oh, that scares me.
Yeah, next question. Yeah. Lock me the fuck up.
Lock me up, take away the key. Okie dokie.
Yeah. I need to stop eating. These are here to eat, but like, fuck.
I want to, but the milky makes me coffee.
Get chunkier.
Would you rather...
Yeah.
Who the fuck wrote this, by the way? So specific. Would you rather lose all of your teeth or lose a day of your life every time you kissed someone?
My teeth, if I could afford veneers.
Okay, so if I
would you
choose if I choose to lose my teeth, am I able to get dentures?
Yeah. Like, that's the specifics. Like, do you lose your teeth and you're just not allowed to have teeth for the rest of your life?
I think so. And
I'd lose a day.
every time you kiss someone, I am obsessed with kissing.
I know. It's the best. I'm not sure if this is going to be loud on him. So you're just hearing Fatty McFat
Ren has
over
been
here.
stuffing her face
They all know
with
they're
frickin'
watching.
chocolate the whole time.
It's so good though.
Um,
I'm going on a big diet this week.
yeah. Good luck with that.
That was rude.
If we're talking about like kissing on the lips, like not me just kissing my kids on the cheek or something, I obviously don't have a partner, so there wouldn't be a lot of it at the moment.
Yeah, but kissing's great.
Love kissing.
You know,
I could just kiss for hours and not do anything else.
That's the best.
Oh,
it
especially if
gets
they're a
me
good kisser. Oh, yes.
Kissing. I could just from kissing, I reckon.
100%. But the
You
thing is,
kiss
I
me,
can
I'm
spend
out of here.
I can spend one night with someone and I've probably just taken off 3.5 years of my life
Yeah, I know.
because I just want to make out with them.
Imagine not having teeth though. I don't know, bro.
I'd like to.
Emphasize the fact of like, are we allowed to go and get some veneers? You know.
Yeah, can whoever wrote this in, can you just let us know like the specifics? You were gonna take another chocky.
It's bad, Kayla.
We've got to cook dinner. Don't you gotta?
Snacks.
Wow, I am Barbara Ma right now. You're gonna ruin your dinner, so stop eating your chocky.
Okay, last one.
All right.
Would you rather know how you die or know when you die?
Whoa. Whoa. How you die or when you die?
How you die or when you
Far
die?
out.
Yeah, I would maybe rather know how I die because then I could just try and not do that thing.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
However, imagine if you found out that the reason why you were going to die in your lifetime was from a car accident. And every time you got in the car...
I'd never drive.
Exactly. But a car accident could mean that you're with someone else and someone crashes into you, or you're taking public transport and there's an accident.
Okay.
So you would never be able to rest.
Okay, I changed my answer.
Do you?
Yep, I think I'd rather know when.
So someone says to you, you're going to die on the 1st of April, 2030.
Yep, I would live my life to the fullest. You watch me, I'll be in fucking Santorini, I'll be going here, I'll be robbing banks.
So do you think when someone gives you your death day, they also give you $1 million? Like, how are we doing that?
No, I just
I
probably
really
become,
like your train of thought.
I think I'd just go into
You've
like
got to live
heaps
it up if you
illegal
have a
shit.
expiry date.
Yeah,
illegal.
I'd probably go into
Have
some
you not done
illegal
enough
shit.
in your life?
No, I like to get money. I'd go into some like deep illegal shit to get money.
I was going to say, surely
like
the criminal record's long enough.
That's not giving me money.
I'm saying it's already long enough. We don't need to add to the criminal record. I'd
Well,
like
if
you
I
not
had
to
a
be
death
departed
date,
from
I would.
New
Yeah,
Zealand. Queensland.
I would be. If I had a death date, I'd be racking the criminal history up, but I would never get caught because, I'm like, I'm going to die, So, and then I'd go out, I'd probably get into SW, just like pump some money into, just, see you later, I'm out.
I think it would be okay if you were told like you're going to die at the age of 82 and then you'd be like, oh, that's solid.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, solid. If you're old as, that's solid. You just keep
but
doing
that would
what you
be
do.
really scary if they were like, you are going to get stung by a bee. I had a dream last night that I got stung by a bee and it had the biggest stinger. It was like this big.
No.
And my mum had to pull it out and there was a guy there.
Who was that guy?
There was a guy there. I don't know if I want to say his name. Someone from my past. He was there and I kept looking at him like, please, I need you to save me. Like, I don't want my mum to do it.
Yeah.
I want you.
Well, that's sad.
Yeah, time or why?
I think time. Tell me when. So
Yeah,
I can live
because
my
you could
best.
die from, they could just say you're just going to drop dead of a heart attack.
Yeah.
When is that going to happen? And what can you do to prevent that?
Probably not skydive.
Oh, that's definitely not on my bucket list. Do you
Would
know
you
what
not
someone asked me
skydive?
last night?
Was it your boy toy? Toy boy?
Why do you have to say it like that?
It was a toy boy. Let's be
What's the
fucking
definition of a toy boy?
a young man you have sex with. Who's younger than you? And you have sex with him. I mean, I don't know if that's the actual definition. That's my brain's definition.
You just made that definition up. Anyway, would I skydive? No.
Why?
Because I
Come on,
don't
would
like
you do it
the...
with me?
No. I'd pull out.
Why? Are you sure? I
Yep.
reckon I can make you do it.
Nope. But someone said to me last night,
The toy boy.
where are we going with that?
You said I said heart attack. And I said, well, you wouldn't do skydiving, and you were like,
Oh, asked about the Anzac Day service. And I said, is that something that you go to? Like
you've
you
not
do the
done
dawn
that, hey?
the dawn service? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, do you have any affiliation with like, you know? And he's like, oh, it's just something that I do every year. Like the fam does it. And I'm like, I have never, ever done it in my life. And I'm not sure why I would. And then I was like to him, I think I should put that on the bucket list. And he's like, oh, I don't really think it's a bucket list item. Like, I don't think it's something that you should be ticking off. And I was like, but don't you think it's something I need to do in my life at least once? And I was like, but how early are we waking up? He reckons there's 2 services, so like a really early one and then like a mid-morning one.
Yeah. So you go to the early dawn service.
And then
They do it
apparently the
every
pub's
year.
open from 12.
Yeah. You do like 2 up and shit. You know,
Yeah,
it's-
that's what we were talking about.
Yeah, dude. See, I went to 2 up once. I met my wife.
Wife?
Look, I'm obviously, but she was beautiful. I've seen her 3 times now in the world.
Where is she?
I don't know
Who
who
is
she
she?
is or what she
Is
was.
it old love
but
that
she
was
spoke
low-key
to me.
famous and you
No.
on the...
No.
Oh. No, that wouldn't be your wife.
No,
That was
this
this
she was
annoying
this
little
chick was
rat
my,
that deserved
this,
a banging.
This was my wife, and I
The one that got away.
I don't know if we should do that.
Do what?
That-
Did I roll my eyes?
No,
What did I do?
comment. We'll beep that out.
What comment? I didn't say anything. I mean, I made noises to imply something.
Anyway, so
Which is no worries.
we don't do. Anyway, so 2 up, Anzac Day.
You said I had a toy boy, so just shut up.
Anyway, Anzac Dawn service you should be a part of, although not everybody does it, but it is incredible, and I do it every year.
Do you?
Yeah.
So you're one of those as well.
Yep, Dawn service, Anzac Dawn service. It's a thing.
I'd rather be sleeping.
I don't know if you'd be able to.
I'm a really big sleeper.
I honestly don't know if you'd be able to stand through it because it's very quiet and very silent. Like you can't.
What are you trying to say?
You like to talk a lot through
Fucking
majority
movies last night.
of everything. No matter the situation, Kayla is talking.
Do I have to know the Australian national anthem? Because I don't know that.
Fucking hell.
I wasn't born here, bro. I didn't go to school here.
We're gonna have to learn.
Oh,
that.
they'd do the New Zealand one too? Because it's Australian and New Zealand Day?
I feel like they. What? Australian and New Zealand Day. Nope, it's Anzac Day.
Australian, New Zealand, ASA something. That's what Anzac stands for.
What are you?
ANZAC. Australia, New Zealand, and then the A and the C. Did you not know that?
Anzac Day. Anzac
I just don't know what
Day.
the A and the C is. Something
Australian Commission.
communion.
Ceremony.
Australia, New Zealand, NZ. The A, ceremony or communion or...
Anyway, so yeah, that's
We're going to Google
new.
that as soon as we're done with the potty.
I-
All right, guys.
We'll get all of your updated. Fuck that chocolate. We'll be looking forward to all of your love and support because
That was so gay. Holy shit, that was horrible.
This is why I drink.
Don't
during
ever
episodes.
look like that again. Don't ever say that again.
Fuck, now everyone's going to see that.
I'm
Anyway.
going to zoom it up. It's just going to be you going, we want your love and support.
All right. See you, gangsters.
But like us, follow us, share us, tag us. You can find us on Spotify audio.
YouTube.
Spotify podcast. You can find us on YouTube if you want to watch.
TikTok, not blowing up, but TikTok.
We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. And yeah, we will be back.
See you
And
next
we're
week.
going to put some question boxes up. And
give us all your good shit.
yeah, I want some like dark stories. Yeah. Do you know what I really want as well? I want to do like ghost stories if
Surely
anyone's like into
Every
that.
episode, we're going to have to say goodbye like 6 times.
Yeah.
ghost stories.
Ghost
Yeah,
stories.
they're I've got a
I would
fucking-
love, my sister's got good ones.
So we'll do that.
And my best mate's best mate has really good ones. So maybe Ebony, you need to come on the podcast.
Yeah, we'll
I'd love that as well. So we'll get some questions boxes up.
yeah.
And that's us. We are off to watch the wars.
Up the wires.
Up the fucking wars.
And the crowies.
All right, up the fucking wars. We're out.
Up the wires.
Did you guys grow up together? Do you have any stories from high school?
No, we didn't grow up together.
We did not grow up together, so we didn't go to high school together.
Which is the best part because everything we talk about where it's brand new to each of us. Because we,
Yeah.
like she told me something today and I was like I had no idea because we didn't grow up together. We definitely
Was it
we didn't
about
go to
school?
School, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't have stories from school. I mean, I have a pretty gnarly one, so I